So, today on H.O.W Motorsports, we are going to be disassembling a 14 bolt and removing brackets to get it ready to put a truss on it and stick it underneath the JKU. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut off these brackets, shock mount and leaf ring perches on this 14 bolt. And once we get that done, we're going to come up, remove these bolts, pull the axle shaft out, remove the hub and de-brake it because we're going to be doing a disc brake conversion, and get all the brake stuff removed, get it cleaned up, ready for us to weld a truss on. So I'm going to remove this bracket first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cut-off wheel and I'm going to cut the weld right along here, down here, on both sides. But I'm not going to cut too deep where I go into the actual axle tube. I'm just going to cut just enough that I can get this bracket off, and then I'll come back with a flapper wheel and get it all nice and smooth and cleaned up. So, I retract my previous statement. It's kind of cold outside, and the grinding was taking forever, so got a plasma cutter. Might as well use it, right? So, I'm going to just cut all these brackets off with a plasma cutter. So now, we're going to cut along here, try to get up in here and cut a little bit too, to get these spring perches off. Now we have all of our brackets cut off. All of those, all of those. These brackets, they're not the cleanest cuts in the world, but I didn't clean it or anything like that. So now it's time to grind it up smooth and off to the next step. So now we have the axle tubes all cleaned up. All the brackets are off of it. Good and cleaned up. Now we're going to start with disassembling the hubs. So inside is your spindle nut. Has these little slots in it for a keyway. So you pull a little snap ring out. Pull your keyway out. And you just rotate this off with a screwdriver. So it comes right off, and then right in there is your bearings, and then your hub will come off. But there we go. Good Lord. Oh. Shit. So now we have the brakes off. We'll go ahead and, or now that we have the hub off, we'll go ahead and get the rest of these brakes right here off. We'll remove these 4 bolts, get the backing plate off, get all the shoes out of it, because we're not going to be using any of this. We'll be doing a disc brake conversion on it. And then we will be getting the drum off of the hub. Now, we're not going to use these studs. We're going to use different studs. If you are going to knock them out, you want to be a little bit more careful so that you don't mushroom the head of the stud and the nut can still go on. I would suggest putting the lug nuts on it, knocking them out, and then being able to back this nut back off of it, so in case you accidentally get the threads, it'll straighten back out the threads. And that is how you disassemble a 14 bolt. Clean off all the perches. All we have left to do is we'll do the other side. And then we'll be ready to put a truss on. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell.